All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm back here to share with you guys the month of May from my master degree of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And as most of you probably know, this is the last month of the course, and I'm already graduated. All right, so the ceremony was on the 4th of June. But before we talk about the ceremony, let's just dive into the month of May. What happened, what we had to deliver, what was asked of us, and then we can talk about the graduation ceremony and also the dinner we had. All right, so with no further ado, let's jump to it. Hello my dear and fellow entrepreneurs. So I'm really glad you guys are here watching all my videos. So I really appreciate that. If you're not following me yet, just consider subscribing if you want to learn more about business, about the master degree I did in Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Lund University. And I also teach you how to create websites. I'll teach a bit about finance that I have a lot of expertise with. So I'll teach you things that I learned along the way and discuss business ideas and everything related to that. All right, so if that sounds good for you, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. All right, so let's jump to my master degree. So on the month of May, so it was from the week 36 to week 40, that was the last month of the master degree. All right, so that was a 1-year master degree. Thank God. Jokes aside, it was a great master's. I cannot complain about it, but I'm happy to be finished with it so I can start working on my side business ideas and put them to life. All right, so that will be pretty interesting, and I'll keep you guys in the loop whatever I'm doing. I have a great news. I was accepted. I got a seat at Minc Incubator in Malmö to work on a side business idea that I have. So that was very interesting. I applied there for some funding. I didn't get the funding, unfortunately, but they offered me a seat at Minc to have a personal advisor and access to all the facility, and also to get access to the speeches and events that Minc hosts. All right, so Minc is a business incubator that it's owned by the city of Malmö in Sweden, and they host multiple companies in there as a business incubator and accelerator. All right, so I'll leave the link for Minc in the description in case you want to check it out. And I'll definitely talk about Minc more on future videos. All right, so back to the masters. Right, so the week 36, it was from 3rd of May until the 7th of May, and we basically were done with the entrepreneurial project, as I mentioned in the last video, for week 35. But for the week 36, all we needed to do is to do the evaluation of the pitch decks from 3 groups from our class. So 3 peers from our class. All right, so it was a simple evaluation. It was just a Google form, and we just had to vote and give them a grade into each of the topics that we were supposed to be evaluated from. All right, so that was very quick way of giving a feedback to the other groups, but I would like to have had opportunity to write more and describe why you gave them that grade. All right, so that will be good for future years. Maybe you can ask Craig, because then people can get the feedback from the class and from their peers and see why they got that grade. All right, and then you'll have comments that you can elaborate more on why you gave that grade or why not. All right, so that was pretty much it for week 36. Beside that, we were definitely working a lot on the thesis, because we had to conduct the interviews, we had to do all the analysis and make a more robust theoretical framework and all of that. So we were working from week 36 to week 38, which was the delivery of the thesis, very hard on the thesis. All right, so week 37, it was basically we had a thesis supervision with our supervisor Sotaro, And that was just a guidance on how our analysis and discussion on the paper was going. All right, so we had most of the thesis ready by then. So we had already chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 written. So basically introduction, theoretical framework, methodology, and the findings from the interviews we got already. So we had all that already written. So we had a discussion with him on how we should proceed for the discussions and how we should present our analysis with the methodology we chose. All right, so he helped us to better craft our thesis to deliver the final paper. All right, so that was it for week 37. Worked a lot on the thesis. And then week 38, it was the submission of the thesis. That happened on May 21st. So in case you're wondering, next year might be a different date, so we never know. But for us, it was May 21st of 2021, and it was a Friday. So I basically didn't sleep from Thursday to Friday, but then we were able to finish everything we wanted to do and do all the final tweaks in the thesis, do all the grammar check and everything like that. And we were able to deliver, all right, me and my partner. So that was pretty cool. Such a relief to be finished with the thesis. It is really, really hard work, and we don't have too much time frame to work on the thesis in this program because it's a one-year program. The thesis is kind of a tight deadline, in my opinion, right? It was still able to do, it was okay. But for example, I would like to have more time to interview more people and have a bigger sample, elaborate a little bit more on the analysis. But it is what it is, right? So I'm not complaining about that because it's a one-year program. And I think people would probably prefer a one-year program having a shorter deadline for the thesis instead of having a 2-year or 1.5 year just to have plenty of time for the thesis, right? But it could be maybe 1.5 year, and if you deliver before that, you can graduate before. So it is what it is, guys. So you can definitely talk with Craig, who is the program director, and see what's the best alternative. But it definitely works this way. So it's just a very tight schedule in there. You have to work pretty hard to get everything done on time. All right, but it worked out in the end, so I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so that was the thesis submission, and then on the week 39 we had to submit a video with our name just to participate on the graduation. And we also had to defend our thesis, all right? So we defended our thesis on May 26th, but each group defended on a different date. So they have several days for defending the thesis. I think it was from May 26th to May 31st, if I'm not mistaken. And all the groups defended the thesis on that time frame. It was not as hard as I thought it would be, so we were very anxious about our examiner and if she was going to be harsh with us or if it was going to be super tough. But luckily she was super nice to us. The questions were asked more related to what we wanted to accomplish and what future studies could use our thesis for. So it was a very constructive feedback and also thoughts that we got from our examiner as well as from our peers. So besides defending your thesis, we also had to be the discussant group for peers from our colleagues. All right, so we would have to read at least one thesis from our colleagues and give them feedback and ask them questions and be the discussant from their paper. All right, so that was also smooth and pretty good. Everyone was very respectful, and that was very important to keep the good atmosphere in the thesis defense, right? So that was really nice. And that was it for the week 39, guys. And then week 40, I don't know if I mentioned to you guys before, but every 2 weeks within the program, we had to deliver a reflection report. And from that, you just describe what you're feeling, what you did in the past 2 weeks, and how have you evolved with the situations, what have you learned, what are you feeling about it, and what are your next steps, and what do you want to do to get better, you know? And you would also have to link that to theory and provide some examples. So we had to do those reports throughout all the course every 2 weeks. And for the week 40, we had to create a meta reflection report, which was the overall report of those. So we were supposed to read through all the reports we wrote along this year, and then make an analysis of our entrepreneurial story and how we managed everything during this time. So that was pretty cool, but it took a lot of time to read all the reports we had along the year. If I'm not mistaken, it was around 18 or 19 deliveries. So we had to read through them all, make some connections within our reports and also with theory. So it took some time to write this meta reflection report, but it was very interesting to see our evolution, our pains, and the things we found very interesting throughout the program. So that was really nice to do. And after that, we had to do a presentation again. So the new students, if you're here watching this video, congratulations. I hope you guys joined the entrepreneurial story presentation, because all the groups made a presentation about their journey throughout this course, how they formed the team, what were the pains, what were the good points, what they have learned, and what the business idea is about, and if people were going to continue or not with the business idea, right? So that sort of thing we did a presentation on. All right, and after that we had the graduation ceremony. So yes, thank you. That was pretty cool. So guys, it was an amazing feeling to be graduated, and it was actually a very nice ceremony, I have to say. It was an online graduation, as all the course we had was online, but this was really exciting. I was not with high hopes for the graduation ceremony, but the school made it very interesting and very interactive with all the students, so that was very nice. So we had to start a speech from our program director, Craig Mitchell. So he talked with us throughout all the course, and he did just this introduction and a speech, and he was also the moderator from the ceremony, right? After that, he got something that was unbelievable. I have to applaud you and all the staff that was responsible to get that. But we got Steve Wozniak sending and making a speech for our graduation, right? So it was really cool to have like a co-founder of Apple talking to young entrepreneurs from Lund University about entrepreneurial journey and about motivation and everything, and so on and so forth. So it was amazing to have Steve Wozniak speaking at our graduation ceremony. So thank you, Craig, and thank you for everyone involved in that. After that, we got an alumni speech from Joachim Fredholm and Emma Den Hond. They are previous students from the last year, and they are the founders of a company called Kitchen Swaps. I'll leave a link to their business in the description so you can check it out in case you're wondering who are they. All right, so after that we also had another speech from our mentor Peter Halsworth. And if you're listening to this, Peter, thank you very much. It was a very nice speech. It was motivating. I know you are a sales guy, so you know how to speak with people, and it was great to hear from you and hear your wise advices and words. All right, so thank you very much for that, Peter. After that, we also had some future thoughts from Eric Drummy. He's a futurologist and he was a guest lecturer through our course. And I guess everyone liked him a lot because he thinks really outside of the box. And he also gave us a really inspiring speech during our graduation ceremony. All right. And to close up, we had a student speech from our colleagues Tuli Shivute and Alejandra Ramos Vale. So thank you guys. That was really incredible. And Craig also invited a DJ, sort of rapper. Forgot his name right now. I think it's DJ Hammersmith or something like that, which was really cool as well. He asked everyone to put their names from their business idea and what the business idea is about, and he just created a live rap talking about all the ideas and everything. So that was quite funny and nice to listen to. All right, guys, so that was pretty much it for my master's degree. So I'm done with this series of videos. If you guys want me to do any specific content for my future videos, just leave a comment down below. I'll definitely keep you on the loop in the Minc Incubator experience that I'm gonna have. And also I'm going to post some videos teaching about finance and accounting that I have a lot of expertise on, and I felt that it was still lacking some stuff in this master degree. So I'll definitely create some videos on that. And if you have any other ideas, just leave it in the comments down below or send me a message on LinkedIn or either on my contact us form in my website britslink.com. All right, guys, so that was pretty much it. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you did not do that yet. So I hope to see you guys on my next video.